Well, good Wednesday afternoon, everybody. Meteorologist Greg Majewski back with you here in the North Georgia Majestic Studios with the weather update here on your March the 25th, 2026. Well, having to deal with some lingering clouds around and cooler temperatures for our Wednesdays wrapping up the day. The big story is going to be the big warm-up we're expecting for Thursday and Friday, then another cool down for the weekend, and then we're going to warm right back up again going into next week. That's part of our weather story. And the other part of the weather story is the dry weather. We're not expecting any significant rains across our area over the next 7 days, so those drought conditions, they are going to get a little bit worse. Now, before we get into this full update, if you're new here to our YouTube channel and you live anywhere across North Georgia, let me quickly introduce myself as meteorologist Greg Majewski on a mission to build a professional 24-hour weather channel, and I can sure use your help. It's real easy, doesn't cost you anything, just got to build our numbers. Help us subscribe. Become a subscriber and make sure you hit that notification bell so you're alerted on future weather updates. And when we also do severe weather coverage, you may want to be alerted on that as well. So make sure you hit that notification bell. All right, let's get into this update here for today. We're going to first talk about the drought index here. Again, this is going to be updated again here going into tomorrow, but I wanted to go ahead and show you how we're dealing with some of this level 3 drought across northeast Georgia. Everybody else dealing with level 2, so it's level 2 and 3 drought, and those conditions are going to continue to get worse across our area because of limited rain chances, not only for the next 7 days. I don't see anything of any significance over the next 10 days. So again, we just got to watch closely, and hopefully the weather pattern will change in April, as I suspect it will, and our rain chances will go up a little bit higher, but probably not until we get past maybe around the 10th or so of April. All right, now taking a live look outside for this afternoon. Brasstown Bald, getting a little filtered sunshine up there, but not looking too bad, although the pollen is definitely clearly in the air right now. You can see that there on that vantage point. Looking here in Brasstown, Georgia, kind of stuck in the clouds right now, keeping us in the low 60s, but we are expecting a little more sunshine to peek in here before things begin to settle down here for today. And then for tomorrow, we are expecting more sunshine across the area. Check out Lake Chattooga. A gorgeous afternoon up there, a lot more sunshine, just a few fair weather clouds, and looking pretty nice up there on the lake for this afternoon. Looking at a local radar, we're quiet here, and we might see a few stray showers across North Georgia going in late Friday into Friday night, but nothing of real significance. So I'm not talking about enough to really help with the drought conditions, nor enough to really clean out the pollen. Unfortunately, that's still going to continue to be a problem for us. Regional satellite showing us again, depending on where you're at. I mean, up here across extreme North Georgia, looking pretty good. A little more sunshine up there. You get some thicker clouds in here as well, and then you got some filtered sunshine back over here. So it's kind of a mix and match of sun and clouds, depending on where you're at here across North Georgia. It makes forecasting a little bit tricky, that's for sure. And as you look at our regional temperatures here, you kind of see things are warming up nicely. We're in the 60s, but I see some of these temperatures back here to the west, see these 80s back this way and 70s. Yeah, that's coming our way as we go in for tomorrow and on Friday. Friday's going to see a nice big shoot up in temperatures there before that front comes through going Friday night into Saturday. So let's talk about that model run. Let's look at the latest North American model here as we kind of go through this. Watch that timestamp in the right-hand corner there as we go forward. Again, looking good for your Thursday. No problems there on Thursday. Not expecting any rain there. We'll see a mix of sun and clouds, I think, similar to today, depending on where you're at. Sunny skies, partly sunny skies, that kind of thing. And then for going into Friday, it looks like a lot of sunshine in here. Here comes the front to the north. You notice the green here. And again, the Gulf has right now high pressure over it right now. So as a result, we're not tapping into that Gulf moisture to come up our way. So this is only whatever moisture it's bringing with it. And as it's moving into our area here, by the time we get into Friday evening, not a whole lot here. So maybe a few isolated light showers here going to late Friday, going into Friday night, but it'll be kind of dissipating. At least that's what the models are indicating here as it passes on through. But we will see colder temperatures. Now, before then, we got to deal with warmer temperatures. So for tomorrow morning, for example, you're probably looking at here Thursday morning, 50s and maybe a few upper 40s in there. So a mild overnight period. And the daytime highs are going to be warmer than today's. That's looking very likely here as we go toward 4 o'clock. We're looking at 80s up here near Chattanooga, 79 over there near Cartersville, for example, and heading over toward Canton, 77 over toward Athens, 79 down the airport in Atlanta. So again, much milder here across the area as we go into Thursday, and they'll be warmer still on Friday. We'll probably see a lot of areas getting up into the mid-80s for some places before we see it get knocked back down again. All right, so let's look at our forecast maps. We'll go and track those cold fronts there. Again, kind of watch that little timestamp there on top. I'll kind of take you through the days of the week here from the National Weather Service here as we go into your Thursday morning. So looking good. We got high pressure here all across the southeast. That's keeping the weather at bay for right now. But as we go into your Friday, that's where things are going to change. Here comes that front coming at us here. Pretty decent high pressure, 1040 high, which is going to be ushering in our cooler temperatures. Again, a little rain along that boundary, not a ton of it, but some coming through there. And as we go into Friday night and Saturday, it's going to sweep on through. Saturday, probably going to have some winds around, a little breezy at times, but significantly cooler. A lot of areas going to be back in the 60s again for Saturday and Sunday, and they're going to warm it right back up as we go toward Monday, Tuesday, and going into Wednesday. I see them painting a little green on here going in that way, but I'm not putting anything on there right now. I'm keeping the rain out for right now until we get a little bit in closer into next week. But right now, I don't see any significant rains. The European overnight model wasn't even showing anything until about the 7th of April as far as any decent rains moving into our area. So we got a little ways. This dry weather is back with us here. We started out the first month of March fairly decent, got some decent precipitation. The second half just dried out completely, and unfortunately, that's how we're going to finish up the month of March. So here's our forecast here for tomorrow. A lot of sunshine, 80, 51 there in the Gainesville area. Overnight lows, everybody generally kind of mix of 50s and 40s, some upper 40s up there in the mountains. Everybody else in the low 50s. There was some clouds lingering around tonight. And tomorrow, kind of a mix of sun and clouds. It'll be mostly sunny, partly sunny, depending on where you're at with how the clouds set up. So we'll have 70s and lower 80s across the area here for tomorrow, and those will be warmer still on Friday. Regionally, everybody across the south, check out Nashville and Memphis, both at 86 going into your Thursday, 83 in Columbus, 79 in Charlotte, and 78 in Savannah. Next 7 days, here we go. All right, we're up to 84 on Friday, bringing it down about 15, 20 degrees on Saturday and Sunday, back in the 60s, and then we're right back up by middle of next week. We're back in the 80s again. So, again, looking at that roller coaster ride with the temperatures, going to be sticking with us here. And unfortunately for you allergy sufferers, I don't have any good rain to help you out to kind of limit that pollen count out there. That's going to stay elevated for us here for a little while until the pollen season either comes to an end or we get some rain in here. One of the two. We definitely need some help in that department. Again, I appreciate you guys checking us out here on the YouTube channel. Please hit that subscribe button. And very importantly, hit that notification bell so you're alerted on all future updates and any kind of severe weather coverage. If you don't hit that button, you won't be able to get the benefits of being a subscriber to this channel, all right? Anyway, you guys take it easy, be good, stay safe, and we'll see you tomorrow for the weekend edition. Till then, y'all take it easy. Well, not weekend edition, tomorrow's Thursday. Got one more day to go. I'm getting ahead of myself. We'll see you tomorrow. You guys take it easy. Bye-bye.